Hey, it's Sarah Jane from sarahjanefarrell.com and Vital Animal Talk, and I am coming to you today full of a cold, and hopefully I'm going to be joined by my guest Emma O'Brien, who is a wonderful photographer who specializes in animals and pets, and it's National Pet Day, so just trying to see how to do this. We did it the other day. Bring Emma on camera. So, and you'd like to speak to Emma and ask her about that. Hopefully, there she is. Hello, yay, we did it. Hello, my angel.
Hello.
Cool. Yay. So what a great delay it was that we actually ended up getting this to work on National Pet Day.
National Pet Day. Awesome. So just whilst we're chatting, if anybody hears a strange noise, it is the bulldog snoring under my desk.
Okay, well, Rover's sitting here too, so they might have a snoring cacophony in the background, but how cool is that? So, Em, thanks for joining me. Do you want to tell everyone that's going to hop on or going to listen to this on the replay who you are, a little bit about how you got into what you do, and
Sure.
We'll take it from there. Yeah.
So I'm Emma O'Brien. I'm a dog photographer. I do also photograph other pets and babies, but I spend a lot of my time photographing dogs. And it kind of happened quite by accident. I adopted a dog from Santon SPCA, who's now very elderly. And whilst I was there, you know, I said to them, what can I do to help you? And we came up with the idea of this annual fundraising calendar, which is now in its 7th year, and it's raised over R1 million to date. So it's been a really, really cool project. And then kind of from starting doing that, I had people say, oh, please, can you come and photograph my dog? And then it kind of grew. So it was totally accidental.
Yeah, and we both know that there are no accidents in life. We're just pushed into the areas, and our animals are just such great teachers, aren't they?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So hi Louise, hi Teresa, nice to have you both here. If you have any questions for Emma around photography or anything about animals or some of the tricks that she uses, or also if you're a business owner and you've kind of been wondering when you're going to get in front of the camera and the value of that. Talk a little bit about, you know, the value of great headshots, because people that know me know you are my go-to girl. You just have this incredible ability to really capture the essence of people, which is what I love about you, is when I stop doing the crazy eyes and really relax into it. You know, people connect with the essence of who you are. And I know that I've seen some really, really bad websites with photographs, and it can really make or break a brand or an image. So speak a little bit about what you know about that, and why you'd sort of recommend people actually invest in that.
Cool. So I think the thing with personal branding is more and more now we're looking to connect with people, and we want to do business with people we like and people we relate to. And I think so it's nice to be able to look at a business and see the person behind it, because unfortunately we are inherently judgmental and first impressions count. So
absolutely.
I've got the phone ringing in between. So professionally taken headshots, I think make a really big difference. A, people can see what you look like. And B, I think the fact that you've taken the time to have your pictures professionally done and you are conscious of how you're presenting your brand to the world, gives a potential client an indication of what they can expect from you. So if you're prepared to invest in your own business and looking professional, then you kind of are giving somebody quite subconsciously the reassurance that you're going to be trustworthy and you're going to be professional, and they're going to get the best results from you, whether you're like you do coaching and your animal communication. I think there's a whole lot of subtext that goes into profile pictures. And for people who are employees and they're on LinkedIn, but they're looking back, you know, we're always looking for new opportunities. I think it looks far better, a professional picture versus a selfie you've taken on your camera, because it just says, I've invested in me and I'm serious about what I do.
Yeah, I mean, I always say a picture speaks 1,000 words, and I really, really believe that. I think they say that you've got literally 7 seconds to make an impression. So whether we want to say no, it's not that or not, we all know, you know, when you walk into a room, we are sizing each other up. It's part of our human nature to, you know, to make an impression based on what people look like. So what are some of the, tell us some funny stories around what's happened when you've kind of done some of these photo shoots, whether that's with animals or not. I mean, I have such huge respect for you after coming with Rover and Daisy and actually watching you trying to get that one great shot. So, you know, what would you tell people as far as, you know, really being authentic or getting that image across, whether it's because you love your animals or because you want to improve in your business? I'm even thinking dating sites, you know. How many people, you know, put these images up and we don't trust anymore, do we? We're very wary of, is this really who I'm talking to? So speak a little bit to that for us.
Okay, so I think the best example is we've recently bought a house, and my partner and I both remarked on how the likeness of the estate agents on their dustbins and the bus stops and their business cards didn't tally up with the person in person, because these pictures were probably 20 years old. And then it's a joke. You look at them and you're like, I can't take you seriously. So, but that's it. But you know, you look at it and you're like, okay. So there's nothing worse than being shocked by seeing someone in person because their photo's so old, or so photoshopped that you look at them and go, so I think, first of all, it needs to be authentic. And I think, just thinking in terms of funny stories, I mean, I have hundreds. I mean, the current cover of Canine Zone magazine is a bull terrier against a very colourful background. So she came through to the studio and it took 45 minutes to get one shot, because this doggy would not sit still. And I actually kind of was starting to think with this shoot, not sure if I'm going to be able to get this. And I thought, I'm not going to be beaten. So luckily my partner Alfred was here. So I came out of the studio and I said, please come and help me. So he actually managed to hold the dog, you know, kind of quite still. So it's quite a close crop because his hands are in there. And he sent me a picture. He saw the magazine at Woolworths. He sent me a picture. He said, this can't be the same dog. It is, it's the picture we took, but yeah, so it's kind of bouncing dogs, crazy dogs. It's par for the course, really. So, and you know, and invariably people when they come in for pictures are uncomfortable, so you kind of, it's my job to sort of put them at ease, and lots of chatter about all sorts of stuff, because I think the more you talk to people when you're photographing them, the more they relax. So that's kind of key for me, is to get the best out of people and also their animals. It's just to get people to relax and sort of you know, just
something very
enough that they can just be themselves, you know.
Something very strange happens when you put a camera in front of somebody's face, whether it's, you know, a live video like this, or this is like something happens inside us and we don't know, you know, we get all crazy, you know, and I kind of always wonder what that is. You know, it's like, there's a beautiful saying that I heard. It's like, when you look in a mirror, you're not looking at yourself, you're looking for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that really makes the difference between a great photograph that really people can see who you are, or see who your animals are, and one that's just kind of dead eyes, 100-mile stare, you know, that sort of frozen look. So and you know, again, coming back to this, if anyone's sort of listening to this and wants to have photographs done with their animals, what are some of the reasons why people come to you to get photographs of their pets?
I think more and more people are deciding not to have children, and the pets become like I don't want to use child substitute, because they're not. They are family. So I think you end up photographing them the same as you'd photograph families. Often people book me for maternity and newborn pictures because they want to include their dogs. So of course the dogs get included and everything. I have to be very careful not to end up making it a dog shoot.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think also the sort of on the sadder side of it, if you like, I do get people coming to me when their pets are ill. And they've kind of left it almost to the last minute to get some memories of them, because they suddenly panic and go, oh my goodness, I don't have any pictures of my dog. So my advice would be, if you want pictures of your pets, get it done when you want them done, because it's so nice to get them when your animal is in their prime, before they look old, and before you look at it and you go, wish I'd done that 2 years ago. I think it's just about preserving memories. I mean, that's what photography is. It's about it's your visual journal of your life, are the photos you take. And for many of us, our animals are such an important part of that. So I mean, why wouldn't you have them photographed?
Yeah, and another thing that just sort of come up when you were speaking about, why would you take photographs other than that sort of that connection and that keepsake of gratitude for sharing time. And also our kids grow up so quickly. So, I love your photographs with the babies and the dogs. And I know how difficult that is for you to get those shots. But also, thinking in my work with so many people that come to me and their animal's gone missing. And they don't have any decent pictures of it. As an animal communicator, I always ask for people to send me a good photograph where I can see into the animal's eyes, because it's sort of a heart-to-heart connection. And a lot of times people don't even have those photographs. And when they do, I can't see it. So, even from that point of view, it's so important to have photographs, almost like, the mugshot of your animals as well. And to have really good, clear photographs taken. For so many reasons, including putting them up, the practical stuff. If your animal goes missing or you think it's been stolen, you need good photographs on file. So there's so many great reasons to have those pictures.
Yeah, absolutely.
How can people get hold of you, Em?
So I've got 2 websites now, so you can go to www.emmaobrien.com or www.dogart.co. We'll pop them in the comments as well.
Right.
The dogart.co has got more just sort of dog photography on there. Also on Instagram at Emma O'Brien Photo, and on Facebook, if you look for emmaobrien.com, you'll find me on Facebook as well. So lots of pictures all over the show. You can also see my work on, as I said, the front cover of Canine Zone magazine, the current cover of Pet Prints magazine. It's gone, everyone went Bull Terrier crazy for some reason. So yeah, it's yes, you can find me. I'm quite easy to find.
Is there any sort of other things you want to sort of tell people? Because I know I could talk to you forever, but one of the things before you do that is I'd love for you to speak to the piece about how, when you love what you do, because obviously your work takes a lot of patience and great equipment, but it's all in the eye of the lens. And I always kind of feel like a really good part of conscious business these days is the give back. And I know that you just created a beautiful book to raise funds for CLOR and SPCA. It's the most amazing book. I just flipped through it. But also we'll post the link below. I just think when you make things bigger than yourself, like I always say to my clients, don't make it about the money, make it about the joy of it. And also make it bigger than you, so that those days when you don't want to get up or you're not motivated to get up for you, you have this bigger why behind it. And again, I love what your sort of integrity and your conscious business stands for, because there is so much give back that you give in your time to showcase animals that are up for adoption, and also to shine the light on how many, my cat is running in the rain. How not to do the breeding. There's so many animals up for adoption, and I know that you've been an incredible contribution with climbing Kilimanjaro and all sorts of things that you've done. So speak a little bit about how that sort of has been a big part of your business, and also the Indiegogo fund of where people can actually support the shelters with your beautiful book.
Sure. So a big passion for me when I started photography was wanting to kind of make a difference with the work. And when I started photography, I kind of found myself ending a marriage and having to kind of make it work. So I ended up doing wedding photography, which I don't do anymore. I kind of moved to South Africa and kind of got back to my roots of the why behind it, which was to use my photographs to kind of, it's such a cliche, to make my world a better place, if you like. So I ended up, after I went to the SPCA and I adopted Jeremy, I started taking pictures for Santon SPCA and also for Claw of their dogs that were looking, waiting to be adopted, because these shelters are overflowing. I Googled statistics, and I think, unfortunately, in South Africa alone, 500 dogs are put to sleep every single day, because there are enough homes for them. And there are too many people.
And those are the ones we know about, right?
Those
are not the people that are drowning and hurting and dumping dogs and cats because they couldn't even bother to bring them to the shelters for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, it's
volunteer my time as often as I can to go to Santon SPCA and Claw to go and photograph the dogs looking for homes. I think in 2016, 1,000 animals were adopted from Santon SPCA.
Fantastic.
Which is amazing. So, that's not just down to me. I can't take the credit for that, but the pictures play a part in that, because when you take nice portraits that aren't in a cage and you actually see the animal's character, people look at the pictures and go, "Ooh, I could kind of see that being my dog." And people play, then they go and have a look, and then people are also looking for one specific dog, because I think going to a shelter for some people can be very upsetting.
Very upsetting, very overwhelming. Yeah,
overwhelming, because you want to take all of them home, and tough. So there's that part of it, and then Mutt's the book that I crowdfunded and put together last year. Here's the book. We'll also post a link of where you can get it. So this features I photographed over 70 mixed breed rescue dogs that had been adopted. So all the dogs are in their forever homes, and put together a book with their portraits and their stories, so people could see that these mongrelly mutts that actually are often really the underdogs when it comes to being adopted. They can see the variety, that they don't all look the same, and they can see that they're, how much joy they've brought to their owners' lives. And some of them are very, very naughty. So, some that like to sit on tables and worktops and all sorts of things. And there's one Alfie who likes to sit in chairs like a human. So there's all sorts of stories. Just for what it was for me was to try and encourage people to adopt these mixed breed dogs, and to just trying to put them in a more favorable light, so people don't kind of look at them and go, what breed is it? I don't know, it's not a Labrador, I don't want it. Just to be able to see past that and to actually connect with the dog, because it's kind of would be my dream and my aim would be that people go and adopt a dog based on the merit of the dog, not based on how pedigree it looks.
Exactly. And I love that. I love that too, because it's just like, I think they come in with their soul contracts to grow us and evolve us. And again, it's one of those human conditions, isn't it, where we actually are ranking. We're judging, we're ranking, we're looking at the hierarchy of things. And there is a stigma about the sort of the underdog or the half-breeds or the mutts, as you call it. And yet they're the ones that have the strong immune systems, that never get sick, because there isn't this interbreeding or overbreeding that's happening. There's a strong gene pool, because they've had to survive, the street dogs, and
they're often super even-tempered, because they don't have pure breed tendencies to do this or do that, and they're not terribly high maintenance. I've got a friend who's a dog trainer, and we were chatting. So she's got Belgian Shepherds, and she said, these dogs are not beginner dogs. And the same with bull terriers and bulldogs. They all come with their own specific little special needs that they have. And so we sort of said, it would be lovely if people who were getting a dog for the first time went and got a shelter dog, because they're easy. They're low maintenance. You might have to do a bit of training, a little bit of rehab, depending on their history. But for the most part, if you go and get a puppy from a pound, it'll be the best puppy you ever got.
Yeah, and I also always think that they choose us, don't they? I mean, when we went to get, in fact, Rover, I never actually saw him in person, my new Great Dane rescue. it was from a photograph, and there were hundreds of them. I was talking to the Great Dane, so there's 4 women that do amazing work, and there's so many amazing people like you on the ground that are bringing these dogs up in their various breeds. But she also said to me yesterday, you know, they are inundated with dogs because people don't realize that certain breeds take a lot more work than others, and Great Danes have got very sensitive stomachs and skin conditions, and they can't sleep outside, and they're huge, and
they
people
eat
think, oh, yeah, oh sweet, you know, let's get a Great Dane puppy. You know, I would just, as I'm sure you agree, it's just like, you know, you need to really do your work and get really honest about, you know, what are you willing to commit to? It's a lifelong relationship, and you want your dog to be healthy, and you want to be with it forever. So with the downturn in the economy right now, so many people are surrendering their animals because that's the first thing that they give up. It's just like, we wouldn't throw our kids into orphanages, so why are we doing it with our animals?
Good question.
Yeah, you know, yeah, it's kind of hard to stay soft in the heart when you actually see what people are doing. But yeah, please adopt, rescue, read Emma's book. It has the most endearing stories, and I think we connect through stories. So stories make a difference. And I know I could talk a lot about the animal stuff, and also go take my quiz. There's a wonderful Dasha quiz to take on my website, sarahjanefarrell.com. And it's so exciting when people do that, because, and I would love you to still to do that photo shoot too. Animals that look like they're people, or people that look like they're animals, because there's so many. I think I saw Muji, or one of the big meditators, the other day, and he's got this little Maltese poodle that looks just like him, you know, gray hair and the big shaggy beard. Our animals choose us as much as we choose them, and it's that resonance of connection, that heart connection that you often see in the photographs. That it's just like, oh my gosh, yeah, there's so many others, but that one just calls my heart. You just know, that's the dog that's got lessons, or the cat that's come to teach you how to be a better person. So yeah, it's just amazing, and I'm just so grateful for the work that you're doing with the shelters. And I love your book. I have copies too if anybody wants. Otherwise, get hold of Emma. You can order it off the website, right?
Yeah, so they're for sale. The shop website is emmaobrien.photography. So if you go there, the books are for sale there. You can order online. I'll courier them to you. Very easy.
All right, but we'll post the links below after this. Is there anything else you kind of want to tell people about you, or you've got any specials running if people are considering taking? I mean, all your prices are special because I know how many hours it actually takes you. You know, people think it's easy to take a good photograph, but I know how much work goes in after that. And also, I think it's important too, you touched on it earlier, of this over photoshopping, you know, putting these filters and this big old glam look on that isn't you, and taking pictures and then looking at them and going, oh crap, I can't use them because they don't look like you anymore. And I think what you said, the value of great photographs is that people see you. Yes, not some illusion of you, or you know, some Photoshop thing. People are looking for, can I trust this person? Yeah. Are they authentic? And I think that again is when people are looking for a photographer, that they need to look for things like that, you know. And again, I'm biased in your favor because I know you really see the person. You bring the best out of people. You just have that incredible capacity to do that. But anything else you'd sort of tell people that are kind of considering updating their photographs for business, or wanting to have new pictures done?
I mean, I think ideally you want to be having your corporate pictures updated every year, really, so they stay accurate and they stay kind of in style, if you like. So, but yes, if anybody's looking for it, please just email me. I'm happy to chat. The one thing I would like to say is I am planning to put a photography exhibition together to support Mutts the book. So for anybody who has rescue mutts, who you think could be fame worthy, please get in touch with me. There is a fitting fee, but it is at a reduced rate. So please do let me know. I would love to hear about your rescue dogs.
Yeah, and great because all the the contributions going back to the animals that don't have their forever homes yet.
Yeah.
So yay, awesome. Thank you, Emma. It's so
Hey.
great. I'm so glad we got this split thing to work. And we'll post the links below on how you can get hold of Emma or how you can buy the book and pay it forward on Animal Lovers Day today.
Yes, happy Animal Lovers Day, happy Pets Day, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah,
day.
happy Animal Lovers Day. Yeah, and you know, what a gift. And I always say, you know, you are enough for your animals. You're enough for your horse, your dog, your cat. And Emma does do cats, dogs, babies, bearded dragons, lizards, snakes, pretty much everything. And I mean, it's a specialty, like you said. Not everybody can do this work, and I'm just so grateful that you are. So thank you so much for joining me.
Chat to you soon.
And yeah, be kind to yourself, be kind to your pets, and get hold of Emma and take the dosha quiz. All right.
Bye.
Happy Tuesday. Bye.